Thank you, Ernest. Now, please help me welcome Daniel Gordon, Investor Relations Manager of Li-FT Power Ltd, for a fireside chat with Matt Gordon of Crux Investors.
So, Daniel Gordon, how are you?
I'm good, my brother from another mother.
It is. We're not related. Honestly, we're not related. How are you? Enjoying the show?
Yeah, conference has been good so far.
Yeah.
A lot of meetings, so a lot of networking. The parties are good. It's always excellent to come to Quebec City.
The parties are good. Right, we're going to talk lithium today. I think for most people, lithium seems to have taken a fall from grace from the highs of a couple of years ago. What's going on out there?
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely seeing lows, definitely low lows. Lithium is, an immature market. It's been the best performing commodity 5 of the last 10 years. It's been the worst performing commodity 5 of the last 10 years. But there's also been some positive movement in the market. I mean, you saw Rio Tinto make the acquisition of Arcadium Lithium last year, Pilbara Minerals acquiring Latin Resources, Piedmont and Sayona merging. So, depending on who you talk to, we are either at or near the bottom. And, there's still an oversupply that they're forecasting, but there's still a shortfall that we're expecting to see probably start up in 2026.
Is it a case of last man standing?
Pretty much.
Right,
Yeah.
Okay. Because a lot of people jumped on the bandwagon in the highs. They're doing something else now.
Yeah.
So serious players left at the table. So how do you guys intend to kind of play this market?
I mean, lithium's not an unabundant metal, right? So it's really a race to get a mine built and into production. So for us, we've focused on an aggressive kind of focus. We had one of the largest drill campaigns in Canada for a lithium company in 2023-2024. We did 50,000 meters of drilling at our Yellowknife project in 10 months, released our initial mineral resource estimate, which put us as the 10th largest hard rock lithium asset in Canada, or in the Americas, 3rd largest initial resource in Canada, and also have put out our metallurgical testing. So we're trying to, expedite this project quite quickly.
Right, and do you think hard rock has because there was a fad for brines. Those are the ones attracting the money, I think, sort of 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
Hard rock in Australia, well known. Canada, it's just come out of the blue, it seems, but there's a lot of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. I mean, for the brines, they typically are lower costs, right? But it's harder for those to scale up. For hard rock, it's, typically it's traditional mining methods, so, higher costs, but for you to double production, it's quite easy.
Right, but because this is the bit that intrigues me. It's in a market like this, you're trying to attract attention. It's hard. You got to kind of sell the vision, sell the future, and you got to be around to be able to, do that.
Yeah.
So, what type of money is still attracted to lithium?
I think from a money standpoint, I mean, you're still looking at like the retail world is definitely still interested in it. From an institutional side, they seem to have kind of backed off. I mean, we saw it in us, and like we were quite heavily institutionally held at the peak of the lithium market. But there's still a lot of retail investor appetite, to get into the lithium space.
Right, and I know you're going to hate this question, but you've got to show kind of commercial intent, right? And you've always said our intent is to get into production as soon as possible. The speed is the name of the game here. When the market kind of goes away from you, I guess, does ambition change, or do you just stretch it out a bit? I mean, how do you come at it?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's not really changed anything. Our goal is to speed is still the case for us. I mean, it would depend on each company. For us, it's definitely our focus still. So we are moving the project forward as quickly as we can. I mean, we're well cashed up. For a lithium exploration company, I mean, we still have $19 million in the bank. So, you know, we can weather this storm as well, too. And there's obviously a lot of things that we can do to even continue that if it stretches further.
Right, so you get a choice as to how the pace at which you move, which is great. As you said, it's a fairly nascent industry in many ways. People have learned that perhaps not to get too excited next time around. So do you expect a sort of slow, steady, accretive growth going forward? Do you see the automotive sector just calming down a little bit? Any more clues as to how to play this?
Yeah, I mean, if I had a crystal ball, number one, I wish I did. But I mean, for us, I mean, the automotive sector, you've kind of seen them slow down a little bit. You've seen like Ford pull back from their electric vehicle facility in Oakville. You're seeing this kind of factors from even the U.S. kind of impacting the automotive space in Canada. So, like, I think those are going to be contributing factors to how the lithium market kind of moves forward.
Right, but what do you think? Do you see if they're doing that? Like the growth in the EV sector is still good, right? Like, let's not knock it, but it's not as crazy as people thought. What are the other kind of drivers for this?
Battery storage. So if you look at it like CATL, so CATL just recently announced that they're going public on the Hong Kong exchange, and they actually, in their prospectus, which, you know, they're the largest battery maker in the world, they're forecasting huge growth when it comes to battery storage. So you're going to see this kind of, by 2035, battery storage be a huge contributor to that. On the electric vehicle side, you know, yes, it's, you know, in North America and even Europe, it's still not great, but in China, I mean, China's still the driving factor in it, and you're seeing 20 to 25% compound annual growth there. So, you know, overall, the market is still growing quite significantly. And you're starting to even see in Europe, like, BYD overtook Tesla for being, you know, the largest, you know, foreign electric vehicle car maker there. So they're starting to see growth back in Europe as well. And a $20,000 vehicle is kind of a sweet spot to be getting in there.
Right, so let's go back to Yellowknife. Okay, grades are good.
Grades are good.
You got a lot of it.
Yeah.
And you're trying to find more.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a good start. But tell us a little bit about the project itself in terms of like how you're going to like evolve things. Like, you've done some met work and the recoveries are good as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like more of the same as what you're going to be doing. To what end? To what point?
Yeah, I mean, we're doing the less sexy stuff up there now, right? Like the stuff that doesn't get investors super excited. I mean, we're working on the environmental baseline data collection, which obviously is a huge factor to get us to the permitting phase. We're currently ongoing with the PEA. We're expecting that to probably come out in 2026. And then we will be doing more resource definition drilling up there in the fall. So, you know, it's a 50.4 million ton asset as of right now. It has the potential to be, you know, the gold standard in hard rock, which is the 100 million ton assets. It's our resource is only 8 of the 13 deposits. 6 of those 8 remain open in multiple directions. We made that acquisition of 3 other deposits from North Arrow Minerals in December, so we have even more that we can work towards growing that.
Okay, I know you got money in the bank at the moment, but lots of chat at this conference certainly about critical minerals and the essential nature of it for the Canadian market by provincial and federal government. Are they doing anything for you yet, or where have you got to get to before you can maybe qualify for some of that? Yeah,
I mean, so it's definitely on our radar. I think from a project standpoint, I think we definitely should be on their radars from a critical minerals, you know, infrastructure standpoint. We are looking at potentially doing something with a partnership with our Indigenous partners that are around the project. So we've looked at doing a renewable energy or solar project that could contribute, you know, clean energy to the communities, but also they could sell us that energy back at a fraction of the cost. So we are examining different angles. As of right now, it's still TBD.
Yeah, we've seen a few companies come out with announcements. I'm working with First Nations groups, I think Canada Nickel with their nickel project, where actual money, not just support and endorsement, but actual money kind of coming forward. Do you think you'll see a bit more of that in this sector?
I hope so.
Yeah?
I really do. Yeah, I think it's definitely it would be a positive.
Right. Okay. So challenges for you for this year with all your money.
Spending it.
Spending it, right.
Spending it. So I would say,
Sensibly.
you know, 19 million, there's a good portion of it that is flow-through dollars.
Right.
So that is all earmarked to be executed on before the end of the year. So that would be a big challenge for us, is trying to make sure that we get that all executed.
But it's like you got to spend it away once the market starts to recognize things.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because you came out of the gate flying. You raised a ton of money. It was 60 million out of the gate.
I mean, in total, we've raised private and publicly over $100 million.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're very attractive to the audience out there, but you got to show them now how you deliver kind of accretive growth through sensible spending. And the right thing. And do you know what that looks like at the moment? Because I found it really hard to read the market in the last couple of years. Drilling with results that I thought are exceptional, certainly in your case as well. No reaction.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that we're hopeful that like will continue. It's hard in this market, right? I mean, we were putting out drill results every week, and you noticed as the lithium market started to kind of wane that instead of us getting that love, we were getting nothing for it. Like you would see a bounce in the share price because we were consistent every week. You'd see a bounce, and now it's, you know, being more strategic about like what we're announcing to the market. What does that look like? Is it an acquisition that makes sense, that fits into our portfolio? Do we need to look at, you know, we hold a lot of property. You know, we have our Quebec properties. Would it be a JV with one of those properties as well too? So, you know, it's all ongoing conversations about how, you know, we're communicating to the market looks like now, but it's definitely not the same as it was before.
It doesn't make sense to spend any money on the other projects. Yellowknife is kind of the core, you know, the flagship, right? And you talk about maybe looking at acquisitions, but flip that on its head. Are there any strategics still looking into this space? Because, you know, it was the Vogue. You know, Piedmont did their deal, and that kind of looked like the way this thing was going. People want to secure this metal. Do you think it'll come back to that now?
I think you're still seeing it. I mean, we had a strategic investor come into our company back in November of last year, right? So, I mean, I think there's definitely still interest in the space.
Yeah.
But it's going to be, you know, I mean, it's at these low market prices is when you kind of get those sweet projects as well too, right? So I do think you'll continue to see some more consolidation in the sector.
Can you say who the strategic was?
I cannot.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sworn to secrecy. They hold 9.9%, so you know, they're under the requirements necessary, but for the time being, they remain unnamed.
Right, and do you think we'll see less and less lithium companies by this time next year?
Probably.
And is that what the market needs?
I think so. It's similar to like the gold market, right? You have all these gold exploration companies in. I think you definitely still need to see some significant consolidation in the market moving forward.
Right, okay. So do you want to look out 12 months ahead and tell us where you're going to be?
Everywhere.
I hope not.
I mean, I'm traveling all over the place. I'm actually going to be heading from here to Whitehorse to do some marketing up there for the company as well too. Obviously, being a northern-focused company, I think it's definitely important for us to be up there engaging with investors as well. So that's our next steps. After that, we'll be, you know, marketing all across Europe. So.
Okay. Yeah, I think what we need to hear as investors was just some sense of what the future holds for lithium, you know, because, you know, it was everywhere and then it's nowhere. The automotive sector is, I guess, still finding its way. And, you know, is that demand going to be there for companies like yours? And, you know, I just need that kind of reassurance that fundamentally the guys who survive, you know, are going to be needed, and it's, you know, the future is bright. Yeah. Do you feel that way, or is
I think so. Yeah, I think I think that it's been dark days. So I mean, it's hard to be optimistic, but I definitely like lithium is needed. Like it's not going anywhere. There are technologies that they're working on, but they're not anywhere near like replacing lithium as the main component for electric vehicles moving forward. So lithium is definitely going to be needed. Okay,
I'm reassured. Right, let's wrap that up, because I think, you know, say you've got the money to do what you're doing, and it'll be hopefully more of the same, but to some kind of end where we kind of I guess, understand the economics or the economic potential of this company. So I'll see you soon.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, cheers. Bye.